Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bexar County Court at Law number 6 and the Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court plea docket for Thursday, April 29th, 2021. The cases I have set today are State of Texas versus Luis Vela Cervantes, cause 638627, represented by Ms. Alma Benavides. State of Texas versus Joshua Erickson, 2 cases, 618260 and 614997. My understanding is 614997 will be taken into consideration on the plea on 618260, represented by Bernard Campion. State of Texas versus Kevin Hibbard, 642307, represented by Brian O'Donnell. State of Texas versus Kristen Lynn Lloyd, cause 6316, represented by Brian O'Donnell. State of Texas versus Shelby Martin, cause 656268, represented by Thomas Limon. State of Texas versus Sidney Chavez, cause 649066, represented by Yvette Salinas. And a Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court Track 1 plea, actually 2 pleas. State of Texas versus Raymond Ogg, cause 652187 and 652188, represented by Miss Ashley Morgan. All right, we're going to start off with Luis Vela Cervantes and do his individually because we need an interpreter for this. And I assume we have an interpreter standing by. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you. And Ms. Benavides, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Vela Cervantes, I need you to identify your signature on a couple of documents for me. The first one is entitled Defendant's Consent to Plea by Video Conference, which allegedly has your signature and your attorney, Ms. Benavides' signature on it. Is this your signature on this document, Mr. Vela Cervantes?
Sí, es la mía.
Thank you, sir. And Ms. Benavides, as attorney for Mr. Vela Cervantes, is this your signature on this document, ma'am?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Thank you. The next document I'm looking at, Mr. Vela Cervantes, is entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions. It purports to have your signature on the back, effectively waiving certain constitutional rights you must waive in order to enter a plea before this court. In fact, sir, is this your signature on this document?
Sí, es la mía.
Thank you. By signing this document, are you telling me that you've had enough time to either read this document or have it read to you in its entirety? If you had any questions about what was on this document, those questions were answered to your satisfaction by your attorney, so that in signing this document, you're telling me that you agree with and understand everything on this document. Is that correct, sir?
Sí, exacto, cierto.
Thank you. As attorney for Mr. Vela Cervantes, Ms. Benavides, have you had enough time to go over this case with him? And in your opinion, is he mentally competent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do we have actually a Spanish copy as well as an English copy?
Yes, Your Honor. It was sent to you.
So, Mr. Vela Cervantes, apparently we have both a copy in English and a copy in Spanish of the defendant's waiver of constitutional rights and court's admonition. Is this your signature on each of these documents, one in English and one in Spanish, sir?
Sí, es la mía.
Thank you. Mr. Vela Cervantes, are you a United States citizen, sir?
No.
Mr. Vela Cervantes, if you are not a citizen of the United States of America, a plea of guilty or nolo contendere for the offense charged may result in your deportation, your exclusion from admission to this country, or the denial of naturalization under federal law. Mr. Vela Cervantes, have you discussed with your attorney and been made aware of the mentioned consequences? And are you still now knowingly wanting to enter into this offense?
Sí, sí hablé con ella. Está bien.
Ms. Benavides, as attorney for Mr. Vela Cervantes, were you able to discuss with him the possible problems he may encounter with regard to his immigration status if he enters a plea to this crime?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
And after you discussed that with him, did he indicate to you he wanted to go forward with a plea bargain with the state at this time?
Yes, Your Honor. He also spoke with his immigration attorney, Ms. Davila, and explained the plea bargain that we worked out, and he was given the green light to go forward today.
Okay, thank you very much. Ms. Benavides, as attorney for Mr. Vela Cervantes, has the state fully complied with discovery for you on this case?
Yes, they have.
And State, do you have a motion on this case?
Yes, Judge. The state moves to waive the enhancement and proceed as a DWI first.
For administrative purposes and housekeeping, I noticed on the plea document in English, it has the crime of DWI greater than 0.15, and that actually should be DWI. So Pat, would you ensure that on both these documents, it just says DWI because the state's waiving the enhancement?
Okay,
And that can be done later. That's not a big issue. Okay, Mr. Vela Cervantes, and cause 638-627. Benavides, you need to assist Mr. Vela Cervantes. My understanding is y'all are going to enter a plea of no contest to the offense of driving while.
Judge, you froze.
Sí, así es. Ok.
Judge, you're cutting out. I didn't hear like the last half of your sentence.
I can see
Yeah. You're breaking.
Okay, can you hear me now, Alma?
Yes.
My question is, my understanding is that Mr. Vela Cervantes is going to enter a plea of no contest to the offense of driving while intoxicated, first offense. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And is that correct, Mr. Vela Cervantes?
Sí, sí es cierto.
And State, is there an agreement in this case?
Yes, Judge. It's 6 months over 364 days, a $700 fine plus court costs, 36 hours community service, DWI intervention, DIP, CAD SNP, and Smart Start Mobile for 8 months.
And Ms. Genevieve, is that your understanding of the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. Vela Cervantes, in clause 638-627, the court accepts your plea of no contest to the offense of driving while intoxicated, first offense. I find you guilty. I assess 6 months in the Bexar County Jail, probated for 364 days. Assess a $700 fine plus court costs, 36 hours community service, DWI intervention program, DWI victim impact panel, Community Alliance for Traffic Safety New Intervention Program, outpatient drug course, and order you to utilize the Smart Start mobile home breath testing device at 4 blows a day for 8 months. Is that your understanding of the agreement, State?
Correct, Judge.
And is that your understanding of the agreement, defense?
Yes, it is, Your Honor. And we're asking the court, for some reason, he also has the ignition interlock. We need to remove the interlock and just let him go forward with the Smart Start mobile.
Let's give him 15 days to get active on the Smart Start mobile at 4 blows a day. And once he's active on the Smart Start mobile, he may remove the ignition interlock.
Thank you.
If you need any other orders running on that, just track us down. Alma will be happy to do that.
okay, Your Honor, I need to explain to him about probation. Arlene, if you can help me with that. Mr. Vela Cervantes, the probation department will contact you within 48 hours. If they do not contact you within 48 hours, you need to call them. I'm going to give you a phone number, but I'm sure Ms. Benavides will write it down for you and she can give it to you later. The number is 210-335-7200 and ask for intake. So if you don't hear from them in 2 days, call them probably Monday if they haven't called you. Okay,
Sí, ok, está bien.
thank you so much.
Okay, Mr. Vela Cervantes and Ms. Abrams, thank you. You are dismissed.
Your Honor, I just wanted to make sure that you made a note with regard to after 15 days on Smart Start Mobile, if he's not having any issues, that we can go forward with removing the ignition interlock.
Well, from today, he gets 15 days to actually go acquire a Smart Start mobile handheld portable breath testing device. that he'll have
Ah,
4 times a day. Once he has that and he's using that, and we have an overlap with the ignition interlock, then he can take off the ignition interlock out of his car. I don't want to have an open space of time where he's not on one or the other device.
Very good. All right. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you very much.
ok, gracias.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
All right, thank you so much, Ms. Abrams.
Okay, at this time, we're going to do a series of pleas kind of at the same time. State of Texas versus Joshua Erickson, 618-260, represented by Mr. Bernard Campion. Our Assistant Criminal District Attorney today is Ms. Alexis O'Connell. The next case is going to be cause 642307, State of Texas versus Kevin Hibbard, represented by Mr. Brian O'Donnell. The next case is cause 631996, State of Texas versus Kristen Lynn Lloyd, represented by Mr. Brian O'Donnell. The next case is cause 656268, State of Texas versus Shelby Martin, represented by Mr. Thomas Limon. The next case is cause 649066, State of Texas versus Sidney Chavez, represented by Miss Yvette Salinas. And the last case, or actually 2 cases, are Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court Track 1 pretrial diversion, pleas and probation agreements on Mr. Raymond Ogg, 652187 and 652188, represented by Miss Ashley Morgan. So, all defendants at this time, I need you to identify a couple of documents for me. The first one is entitled Defendant's Consent to Plea by Video Conference, which purports to have your signature and your attorney's signature on it. Mr. Erickson, in cause 618260, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. And Mr. Campion, as attorney for Mr. Erickson, is this also your signature on this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hibbard, in cause 642307, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, it is.
And Mr. O'Donnell, as attorney for Mr. Hibbard, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And cause 631996, Mr. Lloyd, is this your signature, or Miss Lloyd, your signature on this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
And once again, Mr. O'Donnell, is this also your signature on this document as attorney for Miss Lloyd?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Martin, in cause 656268, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, sir, it is.
And Mr. Limon, as attorney for, excuse me, Ms. Martin, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Thank you. In cause 649066, Mr. Chavez, is this your attorney? Is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, sir.
And Ms. Salinas, as attorney for Ms. Chavez, is this your signature on this document also?
Yes, Your Honor.
And last but not least, Ms. Morgan, I have 2 documents for you. One cause 652187 and one cause 652188. Mr. Ogg, is this your signature on each of these documents, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Morgan, as attorney for Mr. Ogg, is this your signature on each of these documents?
It is, Judge.
Thank you. The next document I'm going to ask about a signature on is entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonition, that purports to have each of your signatures on the back, effectively waiving certain constitutional rights you must waive in order to enter a plea before this court. Mr. Erickson, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes.
And Mr. Hibbard, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes.
Ms. Lloyd, is this your signature on this document, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Martin, is this your signature on this document?
Yes, sir.
Chavez, is this your signature on this document? Sidney Chavez?
Oh, yes.
Yes, thank you. And Mr. Ogg, I have 2 documents for you, one in cause 652187 and one in 652188. Are these your signatures on each of these documents, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
By signing these documents, are each of you telling me that you've had enough time to either read these documents or have them read to you in their entirety? If you had any questions about what was on these documents, those questions were answered to satisfaction by your attorneys. So that in signing these documents, you're telling me that you agree with and understand everything on these documents. Is that correct, Mr. Erickson?
That's correct. Sir.
Correct, Mr. Hibbert?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, it is.
Is that correct, Ms. Lloyd?
Yes, sir.
Is that correct, Ms. Martin?
Yes, sir.
Is that correct, Ms. Chavez?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Ogg, on both your cases, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
As attorney for Mr. Erickson, have you had enough time to go over this case with him? And in your opinion, is he mentally competent?
He is, Your Honor, and I have, and just for the record, he had been found incompetent last summer. He has spent quite a time in jail with that incompetency pending. He was reevaluated about 10 days ago or 2 weeks ago and found that he had regained competency, and Judge Crothers has entered an order to that effect earlier this week.
Okay, all good. Same question for Mr. O'Donnell as attorney for Mr. Hibbert.
Yes, Your Honor, competent.
Same question for attorney for Ms. Lloyd, Mr. O'Donnell again.
Yes, Your Honor, she is competent.
Same question for Mr. Lamone as attorney for Ms. Martin.
She is competent, sir.
Same question for Ms. Salinas as attorney for Ms. Chavez.
Yes, Your Honor, she's competent.
Same question for Ms. Morgan as attorney for Mr. Ogg in both his cases.
Mr. Ogg is competent, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Erickson, are you a United States citizen, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Same question for Mr. Hibbert. Are you a United States citizen, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Same question for Ms. Lloyd.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Same question for Ms. Martin.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Same question for Ms. Chavez.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And same question for Mr. Ogg on both cases.
Yes, Your Honor.
Attorney for Mr. Erickson, Mr. Campion, clause 618260. Has the state fully comply with discovery for you on this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Same question for Mr. O'Donnell as attorney for Mr. Hibbert in clause 642307.
Yes, Your Honor.
Question for Mr. O'Donnell as attorney for Ms. Lloyd in clause 631996.
Yes, Your Honor.
Same question for Mr. Limon as attorney for Ms. Martin in clause 656268.
Yes, Your Honor.
Same question for Ms. Salinas as attorney for Ms. Chavez in clause 649066.
Yes, Your Honor.
And same question for Ms. Morgan in both cases for Mr. Ogg, clause 652187 and 652188.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Erickson in clause, let's see, hang on a second. Okay, Mr. Erickson in clause 618260 to the charge of driving while intoxicated with a blood or breath alcohol content greater than 0.15. How do you plead, sir?
That'd be no contest, I believe.
Also administratively, Pat, on his waiver of constitutional rights, the court's admonition, it needs to say DWI greater than 0.15. Right now, it just says. Okay, is there an agreement in this case, please?
Yes, Judge. 224 days in the Bexar County Jail, $500 fine plus court costs, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, TIC cause number 614997, and we ask this via JSAT, Judge.
And Hampton, are you understanding the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. Erickson in clause 618260, the court accepts your plea of no contest to the offense of driving while intoxicated with a blood or breath alcohol content of 0.15 or higher. I find you guilty. I assess 224 days in the Bexar County Jail, a $500 fine plus court costs, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, taking into consideration clause 614997, which is granted and it shall be dismissed. Judgment satisfied. Anything further from the state of the defense of Mr. Erickson?
Not from the defense, Your Honor.
State is correct. Okay, very good. Thank you, Mr. Campion. Dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, let's see. Mr. Hibbert in clause 642307 to the charge of criminal trespass on private property. How do you plead, sir?
No contest.
Thank you, sir. Is there an agreement for Mr. Hibbert?
13 days in the Bexar County Jail, $200 fine plus court costs, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, and we ask this via JSAT, Judge.
And your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Hibbert, in clause 642307, the court accepts your plea of no contest to the offense of criminal trespass on private property. I find you guilty. I says 13 days in the Bexar County Jail, a $200 fine plus court costs, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, judgment satisfied. Anything further from the state of the defense of Mr. Hibbert?
No, Your Honor.
Let Mr. Hibbert, thank you, Mr. O'Donnell. Mr. Hibbert's excused. Mr. O'Donnell, I'm going to keep around for a while. Ms. Lloyd, in clause 631996, the charge of unlawfully carrying a handgun. How do you plead?
No contest.
Is there an agreement from Ms. Lloyd?
12 months deferred adjudication, a $400 fine plus court costs, 40 hours community service, a motion to forfeit the weapon, a gun safety course, drug offender education program, and TIC cause number 2020 CR 3192.
Just for the record, I don't think I have the authority to TIC a felony. I think that's possible. But I think what we can put on the record is that both the state and the defense are in agreement that the pending charge title 2020 CR 3192 will be dismissed as a result of this plea. Would that be accurate, State?
Correct, Judge.
That would be accurate, Mr. O'Donnell?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, what kind of handgun is this?
It was a Springfield XD.
That's a very good, very expensive handgun. In lieu of destroying this weapon, I would normally award it to defense counsel as additional attorney fees, and Mr. O'Donnell is a public defender, and that probably wouldn't be taken well by his boss. So with everybody's permission, I want to deny the state's motion to destroy it and award it to the DA investigators for use as a law enforcement weapon. Would that be okay with the state?
Yes, Judge.
Okay with the defense?
I have no objection, Judge.
All right.
Miss Lloyd, since you've got
Yes, ma'am.
information, I'm sure you heard me give it to Mr. Cervantes.
Yes, ma'am. I just need the phone number.
You have it?
No, I need it from you real quick.
Okay. So it is 210
Uh-huh.
335 7200 and ask for intake. So if they don't call you in 48 hours, then call them.
Yeah, so if pretty much by Monday, call them if I need to.
Monday afternoon, I would.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
I announced
Thank you.
you take a firearm safety course, DOEP course, regular analysis test, and then we talked about the felony pending case being dismissed. Defense, do you have any questions? Is that all correct?
Judge, I believe the agreement was for the DOEP. I did not hear regular urinalysis.
Everybody that's on probation with me has regular analysis, which means they're subject to 1 UA a month, is what it boils down to.
Very well, Judge.
So I'm not being mean with Miss Lloyd. I'm just treating her the same I would the other 1,000 people we have on probation in County Court 6. So best of luck, Miss Lloyd. Thank you, Mr. O'Donnell. Y'all are dismissed.
Thank you. Thank you so
Your Honor.
much.
Okay, clause 656-268, State of Texas versus Shelby K. Martin. To the charge of theft, $100 to $750. How do you plead, Bill?
No contest, Your Honor.
Is there an agreement for Ms. Martin?
6/6, $300 fine plus court costs, 36 hours community service, an ATSE course, and a no contact order with Walmart.
Is that correct, defense?
It is, but for clarification, the 6/6, we're talking about months, right?
Yeah, 6
Correct.
months. You're jail probated for 6 months.
Okay, great. Also, the state agreed that, or okay, that we go open with the fine, if possible, Your Honor.
If it's okay with the state, it's okay with me. State, is that okay with you?
Yes, Judge.
Does Ms. Martin have any prior offenses?
I'm sorry, what was that, Your Honor?
Does Ms. Martin have any prior offenses on her record?
She does in other counties, Your Honor.
Other theft cases or what kind?
Yes, sir. Theft.
Okay. Let's do this. Ms. Martin, in clause 656-268, the court accepts your plea of no contest to the offense of theft, $100 to $750. I find you guilty. I said 6 months in the Bexar County Jail, probated for 6 months. It says we have $300 fine, probating $100 of that, plus court costs, 36 hours community service, the ATSE anti-theft course, or do you have no contact with Walmart stores in Bexar County, San Antonio, Texas during the term of your probation? And that's what I got. Is that correct?
Correct, Judge.
Is that correct, defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck, Ms. Martin, and thank you, Mr. Limone. Y'all excused.
Miss Martin, you did get the phone number for
Yes,
probation
ma'am. 210-335-7200. Yes, ma'am.
and intake.
Yes, ma'am. Call by Monday.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, clause 649-066. Chavez. State, you've got a motion on this case, I believe.
Correct, Judge. The state moves to waive the enhancement and proceed as a DWI first.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I didn't hear you. It broke up.
Yes, the state is to waive greater than 0.15 enhancement I said no objection from the defense. That will be granted.
Yes, no objection, Your Honor. But I think our plea paperwork actually may have it as a DWI .15.
It's another administrative change. We just need you to change the DWI 1.5 on the defendant's waiver of constitutional rights and court's admonition to reflect DWI first. No problem there. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Chavez, to the charge of driving while intoxicated, first offense, how do you plead, ma'am?
No contest.
You're in agreement for Ms. Chavez.
6/12, a $500 fine plus court costs, 48 hours community service, DWI education, PIP, CAT/SNP, and Smart Start Mobile for half the term.
Is that correct, defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Chavez, clause 649-066. The court accepts your plea of no contest to the offense of driving while intoxicated, first offense. I find you guilty. I assess 6 months in the Bexar County Jail, probated for 1 year. A $500 fine plus court costs, 48 hours community service, DWI education course, DWI victim impact panel, Community Alliance for Traffic Safety and Intervention Program, outpatient drug, and Smart Start Mobile home breath testing machine for 6 months. Anything further from the state or the defense on Ms. Chavez?
No, Judge.
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor.
Good luck, Ms. Chavez. Thank you, Ms. Salinas. And Pat, you want to ask her if she's up on?
Yeah, Ms. Chavez, did you hear what you need to do for probation?
No, can you repeat the number?
Yes, it is 210-335-7200 and ask for intake
By Monday.
if they do not contact you before then.
Okay.
All righty, thank you.
Thank you. You have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Now we're on clause 652-187 and 652-188. 652-187, State of Texas versus Raymond Ogg, charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated with a blood or breath alcohol content of 0.15 or higher. And clause 652-188, charged with the offense of failure to stop and give information. So, starting with clause 652-187, and for the record, both of these are Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court Track 1 pretrial intervention pleas and probation agreement. Mr. Ogg, clause 652-187 to the charge of driving while intoxicated with a blood or breath alcohol content of 0.15 or higher. How do you plead, sir?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Court accepts your plea of guilty. Hold it in abeyance. And hang on a second, I got to do a lot of writing. Assessing a 1 year in the Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court under Track 1 pretrial intervention, setting a $1,000 all-inclusive Veterans Treatment Court fee, 48 hours of community service, probating all that based on your military service, DWI education course, DWI victim impact panel, 6 months Smart Start Mobile home breath testing device, outpatient drug with the Veterans Administration or other designated VTC provider. Pay restitution, if any, to, let's see. Stand by. Zenobia McAfee. And hey, talk to me about a driver safety course. I don't know that we've actually utilized those before.
No, it was just for the failure to stop charge.
I give him the instructions on just a driver awareness course or defensive driving.
Does Pat's Community Alliance for Traffic Safety offer something like that, Ms. Morgan?
I think so.
You know what the technical title of it is, or is it called a driver safety course?
It's like a defensive driving.
They're called Pat's defensive driving course. Will that work?
Yes.
All right.
That works for the state.
And if you find out that that's not right, just let us know. Okay. And we talked about DWI victim impact panel, 6 months Smart Start Mobile outpatient drug restitution, successful completion of the Veterans Treatment Court, issue judge's bond, defendant to be supervised by CSCD and VTC staff. At this time, on both case number 652-187 and 652-188, Mr. Ogg, I'm now looking at a document entitled Track 1 Pretrial Intervention, one for each case. These are contracts by and between you and your attorney and the Bexar County Criminal District Attorney's Office. Said contract setting out all the requirements and prerequisites of your successful completion of the Veterans Treatment Court. Is this your signature on this document, sir? On both of these documents, excuse me.
Yes, Your Honor.
Morgan, as attorney for Mr. Ogg, are these your signatures on each of these documents?
It is, Judge.
And Mr. O'Connell, I have Mr. Nicholas Maru's signature on both of these documents indicating he is Assistant Criminal District Attorney. Is that accurate, or is he one of those wannabe kind of guys?
It's accurate, Judge.
Let's take care of the first one. With regard to the second one, cause 652-188, Mr. Ogg, to the charge of failure to stop and give information. How do you plead, sir?
Guilty, Your Honor.
For the record, both cause 652-187 is going to run concurrent with 652-188 and vice versa. I'm guessing that basically the same requirements for each probation are similar or the same. Is that correct?
The same, Judge, correct.
Your Honor, you're breaking up.
Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alpha Bravo.
Better that way. Face the camera. It works better.
Okay. Mr. Ogg, in cause 652-188. The court accepts your plea of guilty to the offense of failure to stop and give information. Although I'm going to accept your plea of guilty and hold it in abeyance, place you on 1 year, Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court, Track 1, pretrial intervention, assessing a $1,000 all-inclusive Veteran Treatment Court fee, 48 hours of community service, probating all that based on your military service. DWI education course, DWI victim impact panel, 6 months Smart Start mobile home breath testing device, outpatient drug treatment with either the Veterans Administration or designated VTC provider, restitution, if any. Same alleged victim the last time, Ms. Zenobia McAfee, a Community Alliance for Traffic Safety driver safety course, exactly the same as the last one. Issue judge's bond, defendant to be supervised by CSCD and VTC staff. And we've already gone over the VTC contracts and identified everybody's signature on it. Just for the record, let's do that again. The exact same contract on a document titled Track 1 Pretrial Intervention and cause 652-188 is exactly the same as the one we had in 652-187. Is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You and also Ms. Morgan, I assume this is your signature on this document.
Yes, Judge.
And we also have Mr. Maru's signature as Assistant Criminal Attorney. Would that be correct, Mr. O'Connell?
Correct, Judge.
Okay. So let's get down to the real. What did you do in the military?
I started out as a tank crewman, and then I did the last 12 years of my career as a combat medic.
You get deployed to Iraq or Afghanistan in a main battle tank?
My first deployment was, so it was in Ramadi, so it's an urban area. There's not a lot of space for tanks. So they actually dropped us in with the 1st Marine Expeditionary Force as part of a infantry battalion task force. So we were kind of task organized. So I spent most of that time in a Humvee. So we even did like river crossings across the Euphrates at one point. It was very, very dynamic times. So
if I'd been you, I'd want my tank back opposed to the Humvee. All right.
Yeah.
Ms. Morgan, you got anything else we need to talk about? We touched all the bases, crossed all the T's, dot all the I's.
I think so, Judge. This is the one I emailed you on Camp Hope, and he understands that he'll be doing the VTC in lieu of Camp Hope.
I just want you to know that your attorney has gone above and beyond the call of duty, harassing both me and the former judge in your other court to try to get this thing done. And we both went through heaven and hell to get you transferred. She had to actually go to the administrative judge to call rank down on the last judge to get it done. But she got it done. So well done, Ms. Morgan.
Judge.
All right. Welcome aboard, Ms. Ogg. Good luck to you. Chris, brief him on what he needs to do or call him afterwards. How are y'all doing this?
Sir, Ron's going to give him a call once we're done.
Okay. Chris was a Marine, so if you have any good Marine jokes, he always likes to hear a Marine joke. Isn't that right, Chris?
Oh, well, actually, I did go to the Marine Mountain Warfare Center